Today is a turning point. 49ers faithful. 4 moves shook Santa Clara and changed the tone for the opener. An offensive reinforcement, a cut that reveals a defensive priority, a locker room storyline that could turn into fuel, and a sky-high number that puts the franchise on another level. There's a surprise in the receiver room, a tough call in the secondary, behind-the-scenes tension around a starter, and market buzz that's got John Lynch's phone lighting up. Ready for the whirlwind. You won't believe what we've got today. So take a seat, drop a like, and let's jump straight into the news. You know when a move looks small but flips the entire board? That's what just happened in Santa Clara. While everyone debated the absences at wide receiver, a name slipped in almost quietly, with the look of a complementary piece that could actually reshape third down calls and the rhythm of the play-action game. Picture it. Trips alignment, defense in nickel, a hot route option between the hashes, and a precise target hitting short windows like a metronome. It sounds like a detail, but details win games when the margins are razor thin. Russell Gage signed a 1-year deal and will wear number 14, bringing exactly what was missing, a true disciplined slot. In the preseason, 64.7% of his snaps came inside. In 2 games, he caught 5 of 7 targets, with only 1 thrown beyond 10 yards and 2 behind the line of scrimmage. That tells you everything about the role. Quick separation, timing with the quarterback, routes that punish blitzes and move the chains. In an offense built on precision, Gage becomes a skeleton key for third down scripts and Kyle Shanahan's play-action variations. But no arrival happens in a vacuum. To make room, the 49ers released safety Richie Grant, the veteran who signed in March, but couldn't be fully evaluated after a knee injury in early August. The move also screams confidence in 2 risers, Marquez Sigel, flashing ball skills, and Saran Neal, whose versatility in special teams and dime packages won over the staff. It's not just a swap of names, it's a message about current priorities and who earned snaps with summer performance. There's more to the puzzle. The front office also made official the practice squad additions of Adrian Martinez QB, Sincere McCormick RB, and Marquez Valdez-Scantling WR. Translation: instant depth and tactical tools to tailor weekly game plans. Martinez adds mobility and arm talent to simulate scramble threats in practice. McCormick offers one-cut juice in outside zone and reliable checkdown production. And MVS, even starting on the PS, threatens post-and-go routes to stretch coverage, opening room underneath for, yes, Gage to feast between the numbers. Now picture the live scenario. 3rd and 5 at midfield. Ricky Pearsall wide pulling the corner, Sky Moore occupying the flat, MVS pushing the safeties deep, linebackers hesitating on play action. Who pops open? The slot, of course. If Gage delivers what he showed at his healthiest in Atlanta and Tampa, post-snap reads, toughness through contact, spatial awareness, the script breathes again. And in January, that's what decides games, sustaining long drives, winning field position, letting the defense close it out with gas in the tank. Fans are already split. Some wanted a big name, others saw the fit and loved the fine-tuning of a contender. I side with the latter. Football is high-speed chess, and a well-placed pawn can open the path to checkmate. Gage isn't here to star in a highlight reel. He's here to be the invisible solution that breaks the boom or bust cycle and gives the playbook oxygen. And believe me, that wasn't even the most surprising part of the day.
Sometimes the football gods send a message. 9 days from the opener, the 49ers wide receiver room became the headline. It's almost poetic. While the defense holds steady, the uncertainty on offense ties a knot in every fan's stomach. On the 53-man roster today, only 4 receivers are locked in. Ricky Pearsall, Jauan Jennings, Jordan Watkins, and Sky Moore. Of those, only Pearsall and Moore are fully healthy. Jennings is navigating a calf issue alongside a contract saga that even included a trade request. Watkins is battling a high ankle sprain, the kind that lingers. And even the recent addition, Russell Gage, set to be re-added, was managing a minor knee sprain in the preseason. It's fair to say the very unit meant to stretch the field has become a source of anxiety. That's why the front office moved quickly for Marquez Valdez-Scantling after he was released by the Seahawks. He signed to the practice squad but is widely expected to be elevated for Week 1. He joins veteran Robbie Chosen and rookie Junior Bergen on the PS, giving immediate depth and flexibility. The real jolt came from the market. Kendrick Bourne, the same Kendrick who launched his career in red and gold, was released by the Patriots. The 31-year-old wideout posted 28 catches, 305 yards, and a touchdown in 2024 across 12 games. He's dealt with injuries this offseason, so that'll need monitoring. But he's a familiar face, and when asked, John Lynch didn't dodge it. Anytime a really good football player who we have ties to, Kendrick started his career here, becomes available, there are obviously going to be discussions. We're trying to evaluate the pertinent information. Kendrick's been hurt in camp there, so we're trying to see exactly where he's at and having conversations. That's more than boilerplate. It's a crack in the door for a reunion the fan base is already daydreaming about. Bourne isn't just anyone. He arrived undrafted in 2017, contributed right away, peaked in 2020 with 67 yards, then signed with New England. He knows the playbook, gets the culture, and fits the locker room. The question, does he still have juice after the injuries? The fan reaction is split. One side wants the reunion, banking on emotional lift and veteran savvy. The other worries it's adding another medical chart. The offense needs stability. Today, Pearsall and Moore can't shoulder it alone. Gage helps, but his health must hold. MVS brings vertical stress, but consistency needs to show up. And Jennings could miss precious time. Bourne, even without star billing, offers middle-of-the-field security, third-down trust, and quiet leadership that spreads. The market showed the card. We'll see if the 49ers play it. One thing's certain, the push to bolster the position won't stop. And while that stirs the faithful, what's next cranks the drama even higher. Some locker room stories feel never-ending, and this one has a name, Jauan Jennings. The wide receiver who led the team in yards last year isn't a lock for Week 1 and has seen friction with the front office. First, the body. Jennings missed most of camp and all of the preseason with a calf injury. It's the sneaky kind. Rush it back, and you risk a setback. The 49ers keeping him on the initial 53 instead of shelving him on injured reserve tells you they're optimistic about the opener. If it were worse, IR for at least 4 weeks would have been the logical move. So there's a real chance he suits up, but nobody's guaranteeing anything. Now the part that messes with every fan's head, the contract. Jennings signed a 2-year, $15.4 million extension in March 2024. Then he exploded last season with 275 yards and 6 touchdowns, and felt underpaid enough to ask for a trade early in the offseason. John Lynch confirmed the request but was blunt that was then it's over, there's no trade happening. He didn't say Jennings formally rescinded it, only that the team has moved on. In practice, that means Jennings plays under the current deal with a chip on his shoulder. Fans know the drill when a player believes he's outperformed his contract. The risk doubles. He might take the field hell-bent on proving his value, using every catch as leverage for the next negotiation. Or he could carry the weight where any small conflict sparks up. Strategically, losing or limiting Jennings would hurt. He's the most complete receiver on the roster, strong through contact, reliable in the intermediate game, a third-down machine. If he's not ready, the offense loses a stabilizer precisely when uncertainty already clouds the position. The situation splits the fan base. One camp says pay the man, he earned it on the field. The other backs the front office. A contract's a contract, and making exceptions blows up the cap structure. So here's the suspense. Will this be fuel or distraction? Jennings is competitive, never shying from the physical side of the game, but he's also shown he won't hesitate to press management when he feels right. For the season, it's clear his performance could decide whether the offense has week-to-week consistency or lives on an unstable rotation. And while the Jennings saga ratchets up tension, the next twist taps a different kind of pride, the franchise's weight beyond the field. Some news doesn't rely on film or stats, but hits as hard as a January win. The San Francisco 49ers just saw their valuation spike $8.6 billion per Forbes, a 26% jump year over year. That number doesn't show up in the playbook, but it changes how the league and the world view the brand. To put it in context, the team trails only the Cowboys, Rams, Giants, and Patriots. Translation: top 5 financial powerhouse. That tier isn't about vanity. It has real effects. More leverage for infrastructure investments, stronger appeal in sponsorship deals, and a confidence boost when recruiting talent. And the irony cuts both ways. While the 2024 season ended in disappointment at 6-11 and out of the playoffs, the curve off the field only climbs. Proof that the 49ers brand outruns any single down year. Forbes pegs revenue at $723 million with $115 million in operating income. For the first time, all 32 NFL teams are worth north of $5 billion. The league average sits at $7.1 billion. That tells us two things. The NFL has never been more valuable. And even after a rough season, San Francisco is growing faster than most. For fans, it's a double-edged sword. On one side, pure pride wearing red and gold means repping one of the most powerful brands in sports. On the other, pressure climbs. With that kind of valuation, mediocrity isn't acceptable. Fans look up, see the Cowboys and Rams in the same financial stratosphere, and think, if we're shoulder to shoulder in value, why not in titles? That contrast giant brand, results to catch up, can be the coaching staff's fuel in 2025. The accountability will match the net worth. Bottom line, even in turbulence, the 49ers are too big to ignore. The off-field muscle only reinforces the obligation to convert it into wins. And after 4 information bombs, there's only one thing left. Close the loop and ask what it all means for the fans who live and breathe this team. At the end of the day, what we saw is proof the 49ers live in a constant state of shock and hope. A strategic offensive addition that can swing third downs, a battered receiver room opening the door for possible reunions, a contract saga that might turn tension into fuel, and off-field growth that places the franchise among the sport's elites. It's pride, it's pressure, it's pure emotion. Now I want to hear from you. Which bombshell hit your red and gold heart the hardest? Drop a like, subscribe, and let's debate.